The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
From St. Joseph, Missouri, here is Travis Lee Hartman.
So that's it?
Yep, that's it.
That's how we're starting. Episode 46, weighing in with Travis Hartman. Thank you very much for joining us. I am B-Money, the producer. That there is Weekend Trav. Say hello to the folks.
Hello, guys.
Okay. I'm gonna fix something here.
Oh.
I don't know if we can see this at home.
Oh.
Take that sticker off. Size large.
I just bought it, guys.
Stay golden. He has a Golden Girl shirt on. That's not exactly Weekend Trav garb.
Stay golden, pony boy.
Ay. So, anyways, we just sidetracked right out of the gate. But anyways, we're here, episode 46, in the residence again. But we're back. I don't like doing Zooms all the time.
I know, we got to keep it real sometimes.
Our schedules just don't work sometimes. But here we are.
We're busy men.
We want to say special thanks to our media partners, as always, TH Boxing, IF Enterprises, and Gulfstream Financial. As always, thank you for your media partnership and support. Weekend Trav, it's good to see you. I feel like there's some stuff to talk about today. And we're going to start with boxing, and we might get a little personal.
Uh-oh.
Is that okay?
Uh-oh.
Is that okay?
I mean, I'll let you know if it's okay, depending on what personal it is.
Well, I don't know. Your left hand looks a little heavy. So, without further ado, let's chat about boxing, shall we?
Let's do it.
Weekend Trav. There seems to be there's some rumblings here, and I'm actually glad we're filming this episode a couple days later than normal. Usually we'd be on Sunday because we are the
number one boxing beard, not beards, beard, bourbon, boxing beard bourbon podcast filmed in Orlando, Florida, specifically Laureate Park, specifically usually and most of the time in a boxing gym on a Sunday or a Monday, but today's coming from a Tuesday. In the world. So that's us. In the world, people.
If you ever see us walking around Publix, Walmart,
in the world,
in Lake Nona, and you're too nervous to stop by and say hello, please just go ahead and say.
Yeah, we'll snap pictures. We're very friendly.
We're very humble.
Super humble.
I mean, we've attained such high status, being the number one podcast of the genre. But you know, I'm glad Weekend Trav. We're filming this about 2 days later than normal.
Champion of the world. But yes, you're correct.
And the reason why is because if we were chatting about what we're going to talk about just 2 nights ago, we would have been talking about a main event, explosive heavyweight bout coming in August
14th in Saudi Arabia.
Between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Instead, what are we talking about today?
So, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury has been crazy to put together, by the way, too. That's been up and down by itself. They finally agreed to the terms. Saudi Arabia was going to pay $155 million site fee. $75 million goes to Tyson Fury. $75 million goes to Anthony Joshua. $5 million goes to the expenses and undercard. Holy crap. And where you at, Kenny? Boxing's dying.
Dead.
75.
No, just kidding.
Tell me any sport in one single event that you're going to make $75 million each.
Okay, each.
One event, not a contract. Not a year. These guys are making this like in 5-year contracts usually. Even soccer. I brought up soccer because like these soccer guys are signing huge contracts. They're not making $75 million in one fight.
That's for a contract, yeah. I mean, this is big money.
One fight.
Now, it's not every championship fight is like this, but this is something that we've been looking forward to as boxing fans. Global. You know, you always say as the heavyweight division goes, so goes boxing. This is big.
They do say that.
This was big. And I say was big.
So B-Money's right, because if we'd have recorded this just yesterday, we wouldn't be talking about what we're talking about. So there was a court arbitration that went in favor of Deontay Wilder, meaning he now gets another chance for a trilogy against Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury has to fight him before September 15th. So August 14th is when he was going to fight Joshua. Therefore, a month after that is not enough time to rest after a big fight like that. So that means that I believe July 27th or 26th, they already have the date. Bob Arum already reserved a date. So Tyson Fury now is going to have to fight Deontay Wilder. And when I say have to, and this is what I mean, because The first fight was a draw, but everybody who knows anything about boxing knows that the first fight, Fury should have won. He got dropped twice, and that's the only thing that Deontay Wilder did the whole fight. But Tyson Fury got up. A boxing match is 12 rounds. They score it 12 rounds. They score each round individually. So just because he got knocked down twice doesn't mean anything. Tyson Fury dominated that fight. So they rematched, which was fair. They rematched. Tyson Fury kicked his butt. Knocked him out like in the 6th or 7th round after he beat him up. Literally toyed with him. Okay,
His face is a meme.
It's
a meme photo.
And for good
The
reason.
clueless look because he got his bell rung.
Dude, he was out on his feet. The referee or the corner stopped it. But the point is, nothing in that second fight warranted a rematch. Okay, I get it that there was a clause in the contract for it, so that's what I do get. However, when Tyson Fury tried to negotiate with Deontay Wilder and them to do a third fight, Deontay Wilder and them stalled out, stopped responding, didn't even contact him back. Because for good reason, Deontay Wilder, he was fresh off his very first loss as a pro, and he got dominated. So his ego, everything was shattered for sure. And now all of a sudden, they want to do it again. Now they're taking it to court, and they won the court appeal. Whatever, fair enough. But you're ruining by far the greatest heavyweight fight in the last, 10 to 15 years probably? The most important one? Maybe even longer, to be fair, because Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are widely considered the best heavyweights in the world. And they're meeting, which is what we always want in boxing, right? We want the big fights. We want the best fighting the best. But guess what? Boxing tried to deliver, and the good old court system shut us down.
Well, I wouldn't say it's only the court system that shut the thing down. Obviously, it falls on Deontay Wilder and his camp.
Yeah.
They've chosen inopportune timing to present this. It just so happens that this is right after finally details were confirmed for this bout in Saudi Arabia between the two top heavyweights in the world, and all of a sudden someone comes into play, spoiler, and we're looking at a July 24th matchup with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. If I'm a boxing fan, not a Deontay Wilder fan, but a boxing fan, I'm pissed. I'm pissed, Weekend Trav, because we've been talking about this matchup for months. Waiting for the details to get ironed out.
All year. We've been talking about it all year.
If anything, if we were filming this 2 nights ago, I was going to put on, because I do this a lot, I'm going to put on my complaining hat and say, what pisses me off is with boxing is that it took forever to get to this point, and we finally have that date. And now I'm even more pissed because now somebody like this can jump in and ruin it. I get it. It's in the clause, and he has every right to. But remember, we were talking 9 months, 10 months ago.
Yeah.
He was losing his mind.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. That's not fair.
That part is not fair. Now, all of a sudden, he's of sound mind and ready to go, and he's pulling the course into it. Listen. We see the posts. We see the video clips, things like that. He's going to get worked over again. Okay? It's going to be embarrassing, and maybe then he finally goes away. Because how much can you really get accomplished when you're training what looks like in a hotel gym right next to 2 beat-up treadmills with somebody holding pads for you, and all of a sudden people are commenting like, "Ooh, look at him! He's finally putting a 1, 2, 3 together."
He's hitting mitts.
Weekend Trav.
They don't hit back.
You can make anyone look good on mitts. That's what you always say, and I agree with you 100%.
And not just me. I don't want to be like, I'm not trying to be like narcissistic, but anybody who can box and train can make anybody look good on mitts.
This is the most frustrating thing.
Especially a pro.
This is one of the most frustrating things for me when it comes to boxing is that the scheduling stuff, you just can't get it worked out. Now, I get it. Stuff can happen. Guys can get hurt in training, whatever else, and that throws off calendars.
Yeah.
On the MMA side, that's what usually throws off those bouts.
Is injury, yeah.
But they have stuff signed and committed and done. It's none of this jockeying for anything.
Listen, I say it consistently, and I'll continue to say it. Dana White is an evil genius. He's a genius because when he says fights happen, they happen. Because he doesn't have to deal with any promoters. He has to deal with managers, but at the end of the day, he created such a great brand that if you don't fight who he says to fight, he'll stop giving you fights. Yeah. And then you'll be done. So he created a good environment for the fans, essentially, meaning the best are going to fight the best. Yeah. But in doing that, he really, really kind of screwed MMA fighters because they don't get paid money.
Yeah.
But that's because you got it. There's a give and take.
Yeah.
So as a spectator, You still like it, though, because you get great fights. Okay? You get great fights, but as a fighter, you're getting those great fights at a discount because they're not building them up. Which is, it's fine because it's exciting. People love MMA still. And you don't have to deal with this crap. I'll tell you what, that this fight, you said that this was an odd timing. I think this was very, very, very methodically planned by Deontay Wilder's camp because Bob Arum mentioned it, and I'm not agree with Bob Arum very often, but I'll agree with him here.
He did something good here, at least. I agree with it.
And I think that's what Deontay Wilder was expecting because think about this. He was fully expecting this fight. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, $75 million each, right? So now Deontay Wilder comes up and says, hey, I want to fight you. I got the arbitrator. Arbitrator said that it's going through. You have to fight me now. What usually happens in boxing on big fights is they will pay a guy like Wilder step-aside money. Literally, they'll pay up to $1 million sometimes. They normally would pay Deontay Wilder $1 million not to fight him right away, but fight him later, okay? You're getting $1 million to do nothing. So I think Deontay Wilder was fully expecting that. Fully expecting, like, you know what? I'm going to get $1 million, plus I'm probably going to get 10 to 15 when we do fight after this fight. So he was thinking this through, but he was also ruining it for fans like us, who, at the end of the day, you can say what you want. Me and you are fans. Yeah. We're literally fans. We like to watch boxing. And Deontay Wilder ruined a great boxing match that the whole world wanted to see because he was probably thinking he was going to get step-aside money. And Bob Arum came out, and this is where I agree with him. Bob Arum goes, we're not going to pay him step-aside money. He's like, we're going to crush him. He's like, let's fight again. July 24th. Let's do it. He's got the date reserved already. He's like, Tyson Fury is going to crush Deontay Wilder and get rid of him. And you know what? Both of us, we're so very pro-American. We support our American athletes. We do. And Deontay Wilder's an American heavyweight, but I'm not supporting it, man. I will support somebody who deserves it, I guess you could say. And honestly, at this point, I don't think Deontay deserves it. You don't deserve this fight because you lost. You lost fair and square twice, in my opinion. You don't deserve the fight. Fight somebody else. Fight Andy Ruiz. Fight anybody else and earn that right to get back up there to the level of Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I'll play devil's advocate on the other side. Does he deserve it from an athleticism, from what we saw on display over the course of 2 fights? No. Contractually, yeah, because of the clause, unfortunately. It's just the timing of it's very poor. True. But like you said, very methodic, right? Because all of a sudden we're starting to see no longer crazy posts, but over the past 4 or 5 months, we're starting to see Deontay Wilder training and things like that. Nothing about a fight coming up, nothing about it, but him looking active, even though it looks like he's boxing in Planet Fitness or wherever.
Former heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
Multi-million dollars.
And listen, I'm no heavyweight champ. I'm no Deontay Wilder, so I get it. I'm speaking from my seat here, and everyone can give us hatred and whatever else. But this is what we do. We're allowed to talk like this.
We're supposed to do this.
We're supposed to do this. But I'm going to pick it apart a little bit. You know what? If anything, here's what I think is going to happen. He's actually doing himself a disservice. Because what happens when he goes in there and all of a sudden gets his butt kicked again? What's the trajectory for his career at that point? It's a nice one payday, I get that. But if he would have worked himself, if he worked himself back up with a Ruiz or people like that, accumulate, gets more respect, gets more paydays, and all of a sudden, boom, you're back in the title contention conversation. Here's the thing: his fans never thought he left that conversation, and maybe he shouldn't, and maybe he did. I don't know, but listen, he had his opportunity. He decided to go nuts a little bit. He fired his man, or he fired his trainer, his coach, and all this stuff.
Conspiracy theories out of this world. They thought that Tyson Fury cheated.
Different gloves, all sorts. Do you not remember this stuff, everybody? Do you not remember this is what he was talking about? Where's the court? Where's the court coming in on those things? Yeah. Oh, because they were made
slander? Up. That's slander, right? If Tyson Fury that shows you where Tyson Fury's at in his career. Tyson Fury literally probably could have sued him for slander. And Tyson Fury didn't care enough to even honor anything that he said.
But here's what else it tells me, Weekend Trav. Deontay Wilder is desperate.
Oh, yeah.
He is. This is an act of desperation because he knows if this bout would have went off in August, no chance he's in that conversation anymore. No chance. He would be a walkover fight. That's what he would be.
He's a tune-up fight.
He is a tune-up fight.
And you know what? He's going to end up still being a tune-up fight.
Exactly.
But he's going to cash in, though.
Yeah.
So if anything, you could say business-wise, or not business-wise because it's bad business, but if he's trying to cash out, this is a good way to do it. He's going to cash out because he's probably going to make $5 to $10 million, maybe more, maybe $15 million to fight Tyson Fury. And if you can't live on $10 to $15 million,
listen,
and he's made more than that, but
yes.
if you can't live on this last 10 to 15 million, because honestly, listen, here's the beauty and the beast of the heavyweight division, though, is that as crazy as this sounds, as we all know that if this fight is fought on paper, Tyson Fury kills this guy, dominates him, right? But there's still a chance that we all know because Deontay Wilder can punch. So
always a chance.
This is the thing that would make me even more mad is if somehow you wanted to play devil's advocate earlier, so I got to throw it out there. What if Deontay Wilder somehow, because it is possible, beats Tyson Fury?
Mm-hmm.
He literally jacks the whole heavyweight division up. He changes the trajectory of the next 2 years
easily
of the heavyweight division. Literally, because, like, oh my gosh, like, I don't even want to think about it. I genuinely, Tyson Fury has the last couple of years come across as, he used to be very unstable, and he comes across now as very stable, trains hard, takes every fight serious, does what he has to do, comes in professional, and wins. So I hope that he does that again against Deontay Wilder because, bro, the heavyweight division is counting on you. Like, please do not delay us multiple years before we get a big fight.
I'm hoping that cooler heads, but I'll say cooler minds and thinking prevail here. I'm really hoping that everyone can get to the table and be like, listen, are we really going to jack this up? Are we really going to? This could screw up everybody. It could screw up Deontay. It could screw up your future payday.
It could screw up Joshua's.
If you wait until after August, or maybe even like the second bout between them, your payday is going to triple easily by just waiting.
And you know the crazy thing is, they're also saying now that Anthony Joshua is going to fight this guy, Olander Usyk, who is undefeated. This dude's dynamite too. They're gambling right now, bro.
It is
because Deontay, as much as I don't think he can win, he could. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's a 1 in a million shot.
Everyone always could.
With his power, though, he could. We already showed that he literally almost killed Tyson Fury in the first fight when he literally came from the dead and rose in the 12th round. So he can punch. Usyk, undefeated, super talented. We already know that Joshua can be beat because he got beat by Andy Ruiz, who knocked him out. So they're gambling. If they do these two fights, Anthony Joshua fights Usyk and Tyson Fury fights Deontay Wilder, they are gambling with it's a $155 million gamble. Are these guys that confident, that ballsy, that they're going to take this risk? Like,
it seems like it because here's what's interesting.
I'm scared.
Is that the moment this stuff broke, Weekend Trav, Plan B and C were like ready. Like it's like almost they felt like this was coming.
Yeah.
Like every promoter involved, everyone, it's like they just had a feeling something was coming.
And Bob Arum already had the date reserved.
Exactly.
And now opponents are like right away.
I'm not saying this
Usyk's there
I'm
right away.
I'm not trying to say it's a conspiracy against the fans, but I think they just kind of know who they're dealing with.
Yeah, they must have knew something.
They knew who they're dealing with. So unfortunately for us, that's where we stand right now until we have more details. It looks like there's possibly Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, July 24th. I believe that's in Vegas. I think that's where it's.
I think so, yep. He reserved the date in Vegas.
And who knows? You know, they should just put it on cable access TV at this point.
Let's give it to the fans for free.
I mean, I don't know if it'll be on ESPN or wherever it might be, but
Bob Arum is an ESPN Plus guy, so it might be on ESPN Plus or a possible ESPN pay-per-view, but I hope it's the ESPN Plus because I subscribe to that.
The Deontay fans are going to come out of the woodwork and talk it up, just like we've seen in all these other bouts where legit logical minds will not prevail in the lead-up conversation to this fight. It's going to eventually be where by fight night you're going to think, ooh, this is a 50-50 fight.
Yep. The emotions will...
Emotions take over.
The conspiracy theories will come out again, forefront. They'll be at the forefront of everything. It'll be the same people that are talking about conspiracy theories, how, the Trump and all the rigged elections of is crazy. And then you're going to have those same people that hate Trump are also now are going to be defending Deontay Wilder and saying that there was a conspiracy that Tyson Fury had messed up gloves, that Deontay Wilder's trainer was giving him bad stuff and whatever else.
Listen, if any of that stuff was true, don't you think the courts would have figured that out by now? Because none of it was true. I'm just tired of it.
Sure
and
we know
July 24th can't come fast enough.
Please get
Other
here.
than the fact that it's going to eat into my summer, and I'm going to be pissing and moaning about this thing, and then August is gone.
You see what you're doing? B Money is going to be so upset every episode for the next couple of months. What are you doing, Deontay?
I have some friends, I don't know if they watch this or not, but the funny the term for me in this kind of a state is...
First of all, if you're a friend, you better watch
You
this.
should be watching, is Bitter Brandon. I'm going to be
Bitter Brandon.
Bitter Brandon
Bitter B Money.
summer because of this stupid fight that got changed. Because
I don't wanna
we
see
can
that.
trap.
I
What
don't
else?
wanna see that.
What else do we have to look forward to that's legit other than Teofimo? What else is legit?
Nothing.
Nothing.
There's
Your
not a
boy,
summer
your boy,
blockbuster.
USSR boy. That ain't legit. Dana White just blocked George St. Pierre from fighting him or from boxing him, I guess.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
that's not even a legit fight either.
No, but it would sell.
It would sell, right? It's just
Maybe Del Juez. Wait. Oh, he's fighting July 3rd. Is that... When did he say his comeback was?
USSR, baby.
Oh, my God. Like, Oscar's got problems.
Well, he always has, or not always, but for a long time.
No, he has
So-
always, but he hit him better.
So do we have any final word here on this heavyweight disaster, this catastrophe that we're looking at?
Let's go ahead and say that everything works out how we think it will. So, July, Tyson Fury knocks out Deontay Wilder because that will be my prediction. Again, it'll be a later round knockout this time because the corner won't throw the towel in. The corner is so stupid that they're going to let Deontay get freaking killed because Mark Brayland is a great guy. Mark Brayland loved Deontay Wilder. It was the only trainer he ever had. He stopped that fight to save him because he wasn't going to quit. So he literally saved him. And this new corner, they're not going to do that. They're going to let him fight longer, and he's going to get beat up longer. So I'm going to go ahead and
Dude, they got
say,
this guy working mitts at the bottom of the basement of a Holiday Inn.
listen, it's $20 an hour, Mitt guy. They got him everywhere.
I mean,
They got him everywhere. Make me look good, $20 an hour. So let's say, I'm going to say that works out perfect. Tyson Fury knocks out Deontay Wilder in July. Anthony Joshua beats Usyk. I don't know. They don't even have a date for that, I don't think. But hopefully it's around the same time
I think they were saying September last I saw.
So we're not going to see.
Yeah, but here's what I think. Here's what I think is going to develop. Weekend Trav. December, I think 26th.
Yep.
Boxing Day in the UK.
Ooh. So you're right, because I'll tell you this. This is actually, now that you say that, it makes sense because
I should be. I'm a marketing genius.
big fights happen in May for Cinco de Mayo. Blockbuster fights happen in September.
Yep.
Mayweather used to always do it. December
Yep.
is also a date where Mayweather didn't fight, but big fights will usually happen. It's usually the beginning of December, actually. But that actually makes sense. The timeline now makes sense because if he fights the end of July, Tyson Fury does, and then literally the couple months later, Anthony Joshua fights in September, they both could easily be ready by December.
Yep.
That would give them months off. Joshua would have a little quicker turnaround, so it could possibly happen. Honestly, if it doesn't happen in December, though, we could be looking at like middle of 2022.
But I'm just saying it would just make sense from a marketing standpoint. December
Boxing Day.
26th. It's a Sunday, so that's a weird day. Or they just go Christmas. They just go literally Christmas night,
Saturday.
which is a Saturday this year.
Everybody would be home
Everyone will be home.
watching the TV.
And,
there's some like what is it the NBA or somebody that actually does play
Usually
on Christmas?
the NBA does. The
Yeah.
NFL's
So
been trying to do that a
It
little
does
bit too.
sell because people are home.
I'm telling you, it's better than going to the movies, which people are finally going back to the movies because stuff's opening up. I like
open
that.
today.
Hey, it's such interesting timing, Weekend Trav, that we've had a jump in inflation, right? And that's short term. I think it's transitory. That's a business hat, but I think it's temporary. Inflation jump, gas prices jump, all these things happening. Our borders are being ravaged. We're having the Middle East conflict. We went from having peace from our former president,
Which we'd like never have had in the Middle East forever.
yeah, to now. And then all of a sudden, and Fauci was linked to the Wuhan lab by Rand Paul. Now all of a sudden they're like, you don't have to wear masks anymore if you're vaccinated, and then we're not going to check if you're vaccinated either. So
which is like, AKA, everybody's going to run around.
So yeah, interesting timing. Anyways, where were we with this? Where was I going?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm pissed.
Where we're going?
I'm going to say we're shifting away from the heavyweights. My conspiracy hat's on. I think we're going to see Wilder and Fury in July. We're going to see Anthony Joshua in September. And we're probably going to see a December quick turnaround, Boxing Day weekend, Christmas weekend.
That would be
the main
phenomenal.
event we've been looking forward to.
We've been looking, like, this is honestly, we haven't seen a heavyweight fight this important in a really long time. I don't even want to say it, but I do. But Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson was kind of like, everybody kind of knew, like, he wasn't even Mike Tyson we thought he was. So I don't even want to say. But I know the build-up to Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson was huge. They built it up really big. There was a lot of stuff going on there.
There's going to be a build-up to the next one, too, isn't there? Isn't that
Which
the rumor?
one? Oh, my. No, it's Holyfield.
No.
Is it Lewis? Tyson Lewis?
That's the latest rumor mill.
Oh, my goodness.
Would be Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson. That's a topic for a day. But timestamp today, May 18th. That's my prediction. We're going to see this heavyweight disaster turn into a Christmas weekend miracle.
I love boxing. I do. And I think that it's become so popular right now that it's actually borderlining not good. Because we have YouTubers coming out. We have past guys who are 54, 55 is Mike Tyson. And they're the forefront of these big fights. I want the forefront of boxing. Okay, cool. Mike Tyson wants to continue to do this. Cool. But I want the main focus of boxing to be
active roster.
Exactly.
Active fighters. Yeah.
Canelos.
Yeah.
These Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, the heavyweight division. So that's why I don't like where it's kind of going to where, like, Jake Paul is one of the number one sellers in boxing. Can he fight? Yes. Does he deserve that? No. Not in boxing terms. He doesn't deserve that because he hasn't earned that. He's 3-0. But I don't like the shift that it's taking. I like that it's popular. My business is really good because of it. So I do. I like that ripple effect for sure. But we need to reel it in a little bit.
I'm all for guys getting paid, and if it's there, then definitely do it. And we can complain about it all day long, but the fact is that they're getting paid because people are watching, and marketing dollars are being pumped into it. So part of me is like, yeah, I'm kind of tired of this. It should be about what's going on with active guys and the buildup of the young talent, because there's a ton of young talent. No one knows who they are.
Oh my gosh, boxing really. That's why I'm a huge boxing guy, and
still,
I'm like huge prospects.
We're talking
coming
about
up.
40 and 50-year-olds still. So yes, but unfortunately, it's the same thing as with anything in life. If the money is flowing to it, that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
But the tide lifts all boats. So even those younger guys, their paydays are going up too vicariously.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of it. So I don't know. It's tough to say. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's move on from the heavyweights because now we have all summer to piss and moan about this. Let's talk about this weekend's matchup briefly here. Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez, which is kind of an under the radar matchup.
Yeah.
We talked briefly a couple weeks ago about it. We have some guys that listen and watch our stuff, and they're asking us about that fight in particular. So let's highlight this some. Because that's this weekend. I think it just got lost in the shuffle between Canelo's fights, between this heavyweight stuff, between Teofimo coming back in the summer. So let's talk for a few moments about Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez.
Great fight. I think it's a light welterweight world championship. So it's 140 pounds. Jose Ramirez is undefeated. Josh Taylor is undefeated. Josh Taylor is from the UK, so not well known by Americans. Jose Ramirez is very well known here, promoted by Bob Arum, Top Rank. Great fight. I don't know enough specifically about both of them. I've seen them fight, I have, but I'm not like comfortable with giving my ultimate prediction. But I'm gonna lean on our friends from the UK, our boys that we met, the McGuigans.
Yep.
So it's a junior welterweight, which is 140. So there's that's why boxing is confusing too. Is that there's a couple weight divisions in boxing that have two names.
Yeah.
It depends on what organization you're talking to. So the 140-pound division is called the light welterweight division, or it's called the
Junior
welterweight.
welterweight. So it's not only that, you have about 600 belts per every weight class.
Technically, there's only 3.
There's a weight class every 2 pounds.
Actually, no, there's 4.
Feels like every 2.5 pounds there's a weight class, and the scheduling gets all jacked up like we just talked about.
Yes.
But let's not digress.
So,
let's go back to Taylor
This is
Ramirez.
a great fight,
Yep.
and I'm gonna lean on when we were in Dallas, Texas. We got to talk to the McGuigans, Shane McGuigan, Barry McGuigan, who actually trained Josh Taylor. Brought him up, and then he left and went to MTK Global, and I don't want to make them mad. You guys are awesome. I wish you guys the best. Go for it. But they're the promoter and manager of Josh Taylor. But I've seen Jose Ramirez fight. He is undefeated. Personally, I've seen a lot of his fights, actually. I've never been like super impressed. He's a really hard worker. He wins by finesse a lot of the times. He outlasts his opponents, and he comes in phenomenal shape. I don't think he does anything great. I think he does a lot of stuff good, which will win you a lot of fights. Clearly, he's a world champion, so he does. So he's got a good resume behind him. He's got a powerful promoter in Bob Arum, even though I'm not a big fan of Bob Arum. But Josh Taylor from McGuigan's, who are pretty honest guys who don't train Josh Taylor anymore, so they easily could talk smack on this guy, but they chose not to. They said, Travis, that he's going to beat Jose Ramirez. So I don't know enough about Josh Taylor because he's a UK guy. I don't get to see him a lot up here. But nowadays you have YouTube, so I have seen videos of Josh Taylor. I just don't know what he's going to do against a guy like Jose Ramirez. I've never seen Josh Taylor fight one Mexican, especially at Jose Ramirez's level. And Mexicans fight at a different level. They just do, and they're good. And there's a reason why there's a lot of Mexicans at the forefront of boxing.
Sure.
Canelo Alvarez, for example. There's a reason why they're there. They're tough, they're hard-nosed, they work hard, and they get it done. So Jose Ramirez is no different. He's there. But he's not, when I say he's no different, he is different than Canelo because nobody's like Canelo. But Jose Ramirez can fight. So he's a little bit taller for his weight class too, but I think this has all of the makings for a UK upset. However, I will tell you this, that the UK guys, they haven't been doing too well when it comes to the bigger scene fights. Canelo's beat up on a couple of them. He beat up on Callum Smith, and then he beat up on Billy Joe Saunders.
Right.
So the UK guys, it doesn't seem they fare too well when they come to the US. So I don't know. Maybe Josh Taylor bucks that trend, but maybe not. So Jose Ramirez is Mexican-American, but he's a tough guy, and he's a world champion, and he's undefeated. So to come over here to his soil and to beat him would take a lot of moxie. Does Josh Taylor have it?
Where is this fight at?
It's in. I want to say it's in Vegas, but it might be like it's somewhere on the west coast. I think maybe like Arizona, Vegas, California, one of the two, because Jose Ramirez is pretty big in California, I believe. So this could be like a Staples Center fight or something, though. But
Las Vegas.
Yep, there you go. So in Vegas, I think has Vegas opened up? Are they having fans? I'm not positive. Actually, when they first announced this fight, they probably didn't have fans, so they probably won't.
I don't know. That's so that's tough to say because we're just kind of in that weird gray area now that the CDC has all of a sudden miraculously said that if you're indoors and vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. And social distancing went from 6 feet to 3 feet magically, and now eradicated basically. So, anyways, Virgin Hotels, Las Vegas, 12 rounds.
ESPN Plus usually.
It is ESPN Plus.
Yeah, because he fights for Top Rank, which is Bob Arum.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. It seems that on the bigger stage recently, our UK friends have come over to the States and they have not fared well. And we saw one in Dallas.
I forgot to mention Luke Campbell. Yeah, I mentioned he lost too. So
yeah, now I thought the fight was going pretty good at that point. He just got dropped. But that'll be interesting. This will be an interesting fight. But don't sleep on this fight.
No, this is actually under of the rate. This is if I could give you like a. I don't know what would say like a cheat code. If you want a cheat code, watch this fight. This is a cheat code fight.
I could see this going and just being a war for 12 rounds.
Yeah.
An entertaining war.
100%. Jose Ramirez is a tough dude, and he's been in some like action-packed fights, and he would engage, and that's what you want, dude. I'll predict this right now. I'm usually good at predictions of winners and losers. I'm not making one here because I'm not confident, so I know my weaknesses. I do. But I'll give you this prediction. this is going to be a good fight.
Yeah.
This is going to be an under-the-radar fight. That was a great word that you said, under the radar. This is a fight that's not getting heavily publicized. It's a world title.
Yeah.
Okay? This is literally a world title, 140 pounds.
It's a unification. This is the first time since Terrence Crawford.
Yes.
In that weight class.
By the way, and Terrence Crawford did it, like, and it hadn't happened in, like, years before, like 20 years or something before that, and now it's happening again. So this is a big fight.
Yeah.
But you don't hear a lot about it.
No.
But guess what? You're hearing about it on Weighing In with Travis Hartman.
Yeah.
Because this is a big fight, guys. So we're bringing this to you. This is a big fight. Watch it. We've talked about it briefly last episode, and thanks to some of our listeners.
I think it was AJ Stokes.
It was AJ Stokes. So thanks for listening, brother.
Yep.
I haven't seen you comment for a while, so I hope that you're still listening.
I think you did. I think you did.
Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor fight is a great fight, guys. So I highly, highly encourage you to watch this fight. And I believe it's free. It's on ESPN, regular ESPN, I believe. So
this is on ESPN Plus. The main event, the undercard will be on ESPN. The main event will be ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus is $4.99 a month, guys.
I'm not advocating going online and trying to find out how to watch it for free. All I know is that that situation hasn't been available since the dawn of time.
This is true.
And the internet.
But listen, MTK Global, do not watch this fight for free. Pay for it.
Oh, yeah,
because they deserve you to pay for it.
We love them.
Because we do love them. We love MTK Global.
Yeah. So anyways, I think this is going to...
also with Tyson Fury.
I think this is going to be a pretty good fight.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. It's going to be a great fight. Yeah. I think more than good. I think it's going to be a great fight. So people should watch it. You want Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, that fight needs to happen. This fight is happening, so tune in. Let's stop worrying. You know what? This is a great example of let's stop worrying about all of the ifs and who's and should fight everybody like Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. Guess what? These two dudes have the balls and the moxie to fight each other.
Yeah.
They're both undefeated world champions, and they're putting it all on the line, and they're not even coming close to making what these guys are making, but they're still doing it for legacy.
Listen.
Yeah, watch these guys.
Listen, don't sing it, just bring it.
Don't sing it, bring it.
So, all right, that's Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. No official prediction here, but we think it's going to be a 12-round war. Check it out, ESPN, and then ESPN Plus for the main card there and the main event. It'll be worth your while. May 22nd, coming to you from Las Vegas. Yeah. Weekend Trav. We don't have. We've been drinking this. We've been nursing this for a few weeks, so we're not going to give any rating. We've already done it, but this is what we're drinking right now. It's kind of midweek right now. But I wanted to touch on this topic because it's brand new.
Because
it's
you
important.
Like to touch things.
Well, I
Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know where.
Sorry, I threw you off there.
Jeez, that was like a snort and all sorts of stuff. What is it?
I don't know.
So, weekend Trav.
Okay.
I feel like you had a big weekend this past weekend. That did delay our production a little bit, and that's okay because I was more than happy to delay for these extenuating circumstances.
It is true.
Weekend Trav.
Yes,
Any
sir.
news that you need to just go ahead and lay out for our viewing and listening audience?
So I got married on Saturday, guys.
Boom.
T-Heart, Weekend Trav is now married.
Boom.
So I'm married. I have a child on the way. Due date is in November. I literally, it's been so like this Saturday we got married in the church under God. We're also going to have a wedding still next year. But we wanted to do this under God. And that's what we did. It was me, Irina, a preacher. We did a Zoom with our parents. The parents got to watch it.
Oh, that's great. I didn't know that. That's good.
So, yeah, the parents got to watch it.
Cool.
But the parents didn't know beforehand. We told the parents, we sent them a link and said, hey, we have a surprise for you guys.
That's
Tune in.
Jerk move. That's a complete jerk
But we've been
move.
engaged since November 2019.
know.
Irina's dad, I asked his permission already, so it's not like it was a surprise, like we were just trying to sneak it in on him.
But what if they were like, well, we're at the grocery store. What was it going to be?
They knew. We said, listen, we sent them a Zoom call for a time at 3 o'clock. We ended up doing it at 3:15. But we was like, listen, hey, don't make any plans. We have a surprise for you guys. And it was me, Irina, the preacher, and then a Zoom, my parents and her parents and her sister. So it was really good. It was. But again, I want to tell everybody that we're having an actual wedding, so don't worry about anything. Next year we're doing an actual wedding where we're gonna have literally an actual wedding.
Yeah, and we're gonna live stream from it. I think.
I think we.
I
have
got
to.
some time.
I think we have
I got some time to figure that out.
Literally,
So
I think we have to.
So Weekend Trav, on behalf of my family and all of us on the production side of things, which is just me. Congratulations to both you. You guys are obviously great friends of ours and of mine.
Absolutely.
We love you guys. We wish you all the blessings in life together, as you guys have been together for a long time now. So this is just
9
like
years.
the next step.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
Canelo got married on Saturday as well.
Yeah, he
we
did. I saw
share
that too.
The same date as Canelo, May 15th. May 15th. Oh my gosh. Did I forget?
So
May
never,
15th.
from one married man to another, do not intertwine that with your spouse.
But that's for
every
my
year.
memory, though.
That's for
I will
your
never
memory
forget
bank.
that, though.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm putting it out there.
So just like, in August, we're going to Tennessee for my nephew. He's getting married on August 7th.
Is that your guys's?
That's ours. So I can't say stuff like, hey, well, guess what? For anniversary, we're going to Tennessee to go watch my family get married. So anyway, from all of us, congratulations. That's so awesome. There's not a better couple in this planet. You guys are awesome together. You're very cool people, and you just bless all those around you. So congratulations. Much respect to you. I know I texted you that day and said I was proud of you, because I am. I'm very proud of you for these steps. And then as you enter into fatherhood, it's a wild adventure, brother. So, cheers, whatever we got left in the glasses. So congratulations once again. And all of you, comment below and give him your congratulations. Goodness gracious, you should. If you're listening still, congratulate this man on all his accomplishments of what is coming up in his life. Married, he's got a kid on the way. It's cool stuff. I heard your kid's heartbeat the other day. It was awesome.
God is good, man. God is good.
God is good.
He is.
All the time. Final thoughts, Weekend Trev.
Listen, final thoughts are, one, I'm super, super blessed, super, super grateful. None of this would be possible without my friends, family, lovely people like you guys. Like, I love your whole family, your wife, your kids, all of them. We do. We love you guys. Where we can only do what we do because of the people around us. Seriously, all of us, your friends, my friends, all of us. Like, literally everything we do. I train people. Matter of fact, we're training your kid. Your kid's going to start training too as well. So, like, we love you guys. We appreciate all of this. We appreciate all of our listeners. Like, guys, we couldn't do this if you guys weren't listening. The tens of 20s of followers. But actually, we're coming up on like 100 subscribers. Like, let's be real.
Hey,
we're getting up there.
And I think if we can crack this algorithm on YouTube, I think it's by doing these short videos. We're going to keep doing that. So, Weekend Trav, we're going to wrap this thing up.
Put a bow on it.
Put a bow on it. Special thanks to our friends at Bang Energy, because this is what's keeping me up tonight in order to crank this stuff out.
We both have busy days tomorrow, so I appreciate B Money coming here and doing this.
I'm happy to be here because
late.
this is my temporary escape. You'll find this out in a few years. You need these escapes.
I'll start appreciating this more and more every day.
You
right?
will. You will. You will.
And there's going to get on the gym.
There's going to be
more.
off-site production meetings a lot. So thank you to IF Enterprises. Thank you to TH Boxing, Gulfstream Financial, obviously, and then Bang Energy. Thank you so much. I'm B Money, the producer. Thank you for joining us. Subscribe below. Hit the like button wherever you're listening or watching us. Please do, because we are here for you and the Golden Girls.
Stay golden, pony boys.
Goodness gracious. That there is Weekend Trav.
That there's B Money, aka producer, aka he does everything because he's the man.
I don't do everything, but I do a lot.
He does a lot.
Thanks for joining us. God bless.